Some people say the second game in a series is always the best. Well, I can tell you one thing, that statement is surely true for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is Game Prime 99 and this is my review for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is a semi-spoiler review, so watch at your own risk. Before I bought this, I thought I was wondering if I should or not. I'm glad to say that I did, and it was worth every penny. After 2010's Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii, and last year's port of it to the 3DS, I wasn't sure if this would make those games better, or if it would just make it worse. And for those who don't know, I hate Returns. It was very sloppy and the level design was too hard. But with Tropical Freeze, they fixed these bumps in the road, although there are some potholes along the way. Level design in Tropical Freeze was phenomenal. There were no levels where I wanted to take the gamepad and smash it over my head. Although I did die a lot on some of them, that's just a basic Donkey Kong Country game for you. And to me, a little bit of nostalgia coming back from the first three. Unlike in Returns, when you die, you feel like you're going to have to buy a new TV because your Wii Remote's going to be through it. That's not the case for this game. Two characters returned from the previous title, and one character came back from the second installment and third installment, and there was one brand new character that was never playable in the series before. These characters being Donkey and Diddy Kong from the first game, and Dixie Kong, Diddy's girlfriend, from the second and third installment, and Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong's father and the original Donkey Kong in the arcade game. There are animal buddies that return, like Rambi the Rhino, who appear in circa 4 to 5 levels in the entire game, and Squawks the Parrot, who can help you find puzzle pieces in courses. Squawks can be bought in the shop that was originally Cranky's in the previous game, but is now taken over by Funky Kong, whose last appearance in a franchise game was in Donkey Kong 64 back in 1999. Now getting back to the characters, each of them, except for Donkey, has a special move. Diddy's being the rocket barrel and peanut shooter pop gun from DK64. Dixie's being the ability to do various things with her hair. For example, getting an extra boost and using it to pound enemies with if you're playing in multiplayer. And Cranky Kong uses his cane to bounce on enemies and spikes, similar to Scrooge McDuck's move from DuckTales. Now for the one bad part of the game. The bosses. These bastards were the reason I almost cracked my gamepad in half and threw my Pro Controller to the ground out of frustration. I guarantee you will spend at least a half an hour to an hour on each boss in the game, except for the last boss, where it took me nearly 7 hours, including breaks, to beat him. And then if you want to get hard mode, you have to 100% the game Kong letters. That unlocks 3 levels in a secret area. Then after that you'll unlock the hard mode, in which you get no barrels, extra hearts, etc., and you only have 1 heart, which in this game is very difficult to retain throughout a level. But the one good thing about this hard mode is that you choose to play as any Kong you want: DK, Diddy, Dixie, or Cranky. A feature that I wanted to be in the main game because I hate playing as DK with everyone on his back. I'd rather play as the sidekicks by themselves like in the original 3 games. Now for my favorite part of this whole game, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing, noting that it was composed by the same man who composed the original trilogy for the Super Nintendo, David Wise. He was absent for Returns, but he made up for it by doing this game's amazing soundtrack. It truly makes me believe that everyone who quit Rareware after they were bought by Microsoft has to come back and get some sort of redemption with other companies. And David Wise was actually employed under Nintendo because Rare was a developer for Nintendo back in the 90s. And one more thing. The graphics for this game are phenomenal. They look just as good as a game on the PS4, honestly. The quality of fur in each character is overwhelming to the fact that they actually look like real animals. But that's pretty much it for my review for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This was a great game, and I had so much fun playing it. If I had to rate this game out of 10, I would have to go with a 9.5 for all the great things that I've mentioned, and a deduction of 0.5 points because of the crappy boss battles. So thanks for watching my review. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It'll really help. And I'll be back for more Donkey Kong related stuff and more reviews in the future. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.